Go Simulator weekend deal, 40% off. Simulator Go for the low price of $5.99. Order now. Alright, welcome back to part 4 of Storytime at PanManTactLuci510. I was planning on doing one last night, but yeah, I kind of got held back due to back pain that I was having last night, so couldn't move, agonizing pain. Yeah, needless to say, I'm much better now. Basically spent the entire night in my bed, couldn't move, couldn't sleep. I was basically a potato. So yeah, what's it called? Oh yeah, also, in part 1 I did say that this was going to be a one-time only thing, but lately I've been thinking, this is actually entertaining me. I hope this is also entertaining you guys, so I'm actually considered doing this as a normal thing on top of uploading Xbox videos, gameplay videos on my Xbox. So, which brings me to another thing. I haven't been uploading much videos from my Xbox due to the fact that I do not have a capture device. So I actually have to use a camera to record those videos, and it's really inconveniencing for me because setting it up, making sure it looks perfect and whatnot, because I really don't like it when my videos end up looking like this. Like this, you see like black outer layers here, and you see this one's all crooked, and this one's also crooked, and you could barely see like all the edges. I don't like this, so kind of trying to hold off. And like this is another example. I really don't like when my videos turn out like that, so until I get a capture device and can make higher quality videos on the Xbox, I'm kind of not going to be posting very often, which hence the reason why I'm doing this. So, in the meantime, as a way to entertain everybody. But I will still be posting Xbox videos from time to time with the camera and whatnot. As soon as I get that, I'll upload as much Grand Theft Auto, I'll upload as much Rock Band, I'll upload as much Guitar Hero, Battlefield, whatever. I'll start uploading those way more often. So yeah, back to what I was saying. I was considering doing this as a not so regular thing, but kind of doing these from time to time. So if you like that idea and want to see more of this, let me know in the comments or something. Maybe suggest other novels that I should do, I think. Whatever. So, now that that's all off my chest and out there, let's start. So, where did we leave off last time? Oh yeah, we robbed a store. Or not a store, we didn't rob a store, we robbed something. And he actually didn't get away with it. Well, he did get away, but he got away empty-handed. So yeah, without further ado, let's continue this. We are...
時間を止め、心を止めて。
My time is at a standstill. My heart is at a standstill.
情報だけを積み重ねる日々。
Days of useless trivia upon useless trivia. Days spent gazing at a map, closing my eyes, traveling through unfamiliar roads. In a stolen car. One day, the usual monthly magazines, a photograph on the front cover drew my eyes. A female model in a showy swimsuit. What's new? Provocative poses on the sandy beach. What's new? A smile captured right before the emerald sea, as I always dreamed about. That's new. She was probably my age, smiling at me happily, cheerfully, with her outstanding figure. It wasn't as if I was jealous or anything. Okay, you can tell us that deep down. I didn't own any swimsuits to begin with, and I didn't come close to having any need for them. My pajamas were quite enough for me.
いくつもの季節を
I'd spent so
広
many
い梅雨空を誰とも言葉を交わす必要もなく過ごした。
I'd spent so many seasons, so many white overcast skies, without the want or need to converse with anybody. I feel like that's been said so many times throughout the time I've been reading this. I remembered that day, June of the first year of middle school, the day of my first hospitalization. I remembered having ordered a swimsuit. I remember having done so several years ago now. That day I remembered that swimsuit had lost its opportunity to be used. I took that school swimsuit, new as the day I bought it, out of the drawer where it had patiently waited for years. I took off my usual pajamas and timidly put on that navy blue swimsuit. I was shocked. It had already been years, and yet it fit me as if it had been made for me that very day. And that swimsuit model was smiling at me warmly, smiling at me from the mist of the unlit sea. Smiling at me warmly and happily with that beautiful womanly figure. It was saddening. Oh. It wasn't as if I was jealous. No. The truth was I was probably yearning for it. Oh boy. Yearning for it impossibly, stubbornly, because I knew that it was absolutely impossible.
だけど
But
胸の大きな傷跡が
the,
諦めようと諭した。
the huge scars on my chest were telling me to just give up. Don't give up on
生
your
涯
dream.
の伴侶は目を閉じた世界にしろと諭した。
My lifelong companions, my scars, were telling me to go back to my world of closed eyes. Don't do that. January 22nd, 2005. Around the time when the sun slowly arced down and dyed the western horizon orange. We were on the road as usual. What should we do now that we're outlaws on the run? We really had no money left to spare. What's new?
ねえあなた、
Hey. As I thought upon these things, she caught me by surprise by calling out to me.
あなた、お風呂は入れるの？
Are you allowed to soak in baths? Yeah. They said that I could go ahead unless it was a long, protracted bath.
そう。私も似たようなもんよ。
I see. I'm about the same way. What she meant by allowed and what I meant by they was the doctor standing cautious against it. There had been many who had been forbidden to do so due to kidney or digestive tract issues. And now that I thought about it, her problem was probably in her circulatory system, just like me. Well, do you want to take a bath? Oh God.
悪い。
Is that bad? No, I kind of wanted to as well. Even so, we didn't have enough money to stay at a hotel or an inn. Then do you want to stop by a public bathhouse?
銭湯？
Bathhouse? What the hell is that? Yeah, we got the money for that at least.
やっぱり
No, it's fine. What do you mean, fine? It had already been 3 days since we escaped from 7F. We were allowed to bathe twice a week in there and had sponge baths twice a day as well. So out of 7 days in a week, you were only allowed to bathe twice? God, that's sanitary. Then again, we weren't getting very sweaty given the season, and since we were in a car, we weren't getting dirty. At least that's what you think. You can get dirty anywhere. And not that kind of dirty, so don't think that way. Could it be that it's embarrassing for you to be in the public bathhouse?
別にそんな意味じゃないわよ。
Not really. Nothing like that at all. Why did I know she was gonna say that? Around the time when the sun had completely disappeared and the moon waxed large in the night sky. Some distance away, I found something that looked like a school. This would have to do. I stopped the car before the gates. Cemetery gates. And then I rummaged in the backseat through the clump of clothing there. That's stolen. If I remember correctly, there were 2 to 3 towels in this heap. And then, after sifting through a bunch of clothes, I found the hand towel after all. It had the legends Shirashi construction written on it. Probably one of those appreciation gifts they gave out like candy. Alright then wait a bit. Taking 2 towels with me, I headed towards the school. I climbed over the closed gates and looked around anxiously for my target. Ah, there it is. I'd found a water faucet station, probably for gardening use. Oh God. Squeak, squeak. I turned the knob and cold water poured out of the faucet. Water cold enough to freeze me stiff. I wet the 2 towels and squeezed them out. Done. Sorry for the wait. Here. I handed over one of the 2 towels to her. And then I took off my sweater and started washing myself. The cold wet towel felt pretty good against the warm heating of the car. Hey, you go ahead and clean yourself too. It feels nice and cold too.
わかった。
Okay. She was a little reluctant at first, but then she slowly started undoing her buttons. The shirt and jeans that were all too big on her. Unlike me, she simply washed herself by retracting her hands into the shirt. Say, what is it?
見ないでよ。
Don't look. Oh, sorry. That's right. You're a girl, and I'm a boy. She murmured with the wet towel in her hand, her clothes half on, half off. It was the first time I'd seen her look like that. A little annoyed, a little embarrassed. Inside the car, our backs turned to each other. Hey, feels pretty good, eh? Eh? Yeah. Inside the car, shrouded in the dark of night, drying myself off, reflected in the glass of the windows, which also reflected her with her back towards me, drying herself off just as I was. She had taken off her shirt just as I had. I didn't mean to look, but I could see, big scars on her chest. Probably post-surgical. Didn't know what for, but they were much larger than mine.
ねえあなた
Hey. Huh? Oh, what is it?
そんなに珍しい
Is it that strange? Her back turned to me, speaking to me, reflected in the window. January 25th, 2005. The silver coupe in motion underneath cloudy skies. Driving around without a destination, as per usual. It was already 3 days later. And nothing had really changed in that time. Along the way, we found a free public open-air bath. And since it seemed devoid of people, we were able to take a bath after all. Other than that, we were out of money, and we were running out of gas again. Are you getting tired?
別に
Not really. We exchanged these words while eating convenience store-bought rice balls. They might have been tastier than anything I've had said in life, but they were becoming pretty boring now. But we didn't have enough money to buy anything but this kind of meal.
音がうるさい
It's noisy. Huh? What is it all of a sudden?
車の音
The car sounded louder
前
than
よ
the
り
car
大きく
sound.
なってる
Damn it. The car sounded louder than before. Oh yeah, fair enough. This was probably because I cracked the muffler when I was escaping from the pachinko parlor. I hadn't really noticed it, but sure enough, the car was sounding louder. Not a real impediment to driving. But the bigger problem was the gas. I'd already been driving for 5 minutes since the meter had bottomed out at empty. And I only had 900 yen left. Unlike last time, this was obviously not enough. And if the car stopped due to lack of gas, we'd be able to do nothing anymore. Having decided, I looked for a gas station, and one that was self-service. Having found one, I stopped the car next to the nearest pump. I'm going to get some gas.
そう
I see. But don't get out of the car. No answer, but she probably knew what I meant by that. I opened the cap to the gas tank and snaked in the gas hose. Only one other car in the station and the little building with an attendant within. Probably there to get payment and get back change. According to the notice on the wall, you were supposed to take the receipt to him when done. We could probably make our getaway right now if we wanted. Is what I felt as I looked around the quiet gas station. 23, 24, 25, 26. The numbers went by on the meter, too slowly it seemed, unlike last time. I kept wondering uneasily if it wouldn't fill up at least a little bit faster. And then after the meter hit 40, right before the tank was full. Welcome! For some reason, the attendant, who had been out in the building up until now, came rushing towards us. Sir, are your tire pressure and ashtrays okay? Huh? Oh, yes, they are. I see. Well, that's cold out, so please be careful. He even started cleaning the windows as if he was trying to take good care of us. While he did so, the pump detected that the tank was full, and with a business-like sound, spit out a receipt. Oh, please go over the play. He stopped wiping the windows for a second and pointed at the building. I held the receipt in my hand in silence and stood completely still, wondering what I should do. something the matter, sir? Oh, no, it's nothing. For now, I got back into the car. And then I just turned the engine into ignition. What should I do now? The attendant was washing the rear window right now. So if I floor the accelerator now, then he'd be able to read the license plate number right away. And we'd get arrested. Just like that. But we had to escape now. Having decided, I floored the clutch. And then, just when I was about to shift from neutral into first gear.
はい。
Here you go. Huh? Go ahead and use it. She abruptly produced an envelope and then took a 10,000 yen note out and gave it to me. You have money on you? I'd never have thought that she'd had any. And because of that, we had so many hardships up until now. Why didn't you tell me?
あなた、聞いた？
Did you ask? The forbidden rule? Don't ever ask me things. Huh? Oh, no. Well,
聞かれなかったからよ。
because you didn't ask. And with that, she turned back in silence to the window. The silver coupe in motion once more. The tank was full again, and we had a 5,000 yen note as change. But what had just happened was weighing heavily on my mind. Hey, you know, here, this is all of it. Huh? Before I could get any further, she presented the envelope to me. Can I use this?
別にいいわよ。
Doesn't really matter. I looked into the envelope, and there were 4 10,000 yen notes inside. This would be enough. But now, there was something entirely different on my mind. Why does she have this much money on her? The couple of thousand yen that I brought with me were just whatever I had on hand at the time. But in her case, it was as if she prepared all of this it was as if she prepared this all in advance. Hey, you know, you said you didn't want to die on 7F, right?
家だって嫌よ。
And not at home either. Yeah, same here. Then where exactly did you want to go? Didn't you prepare this money for just that purpose? And then I remember what she told me earlier. That she was going to go somewhere while she still could. And she asked me, do you want to stop me or come with me? So in truth, is there somewhere you want to go?
別に
Not really. That's not much of an answer.
どこもないわよ。
There isn't anywhere. That was all she murmured, desolately, sadly. If that was the case, had she been preparing for a trip all by herself without having a destination in mind this entire time? It did make me wonder who would do such a lonely thing. But I gazed at her lonely LinkedIn profile. I found my answer. She would.
じゃあ、あなたはどうなの？
Then how about you? Me? Not really.
真似しないで。
Don't intimidate me. I'm not intimidating you. We kept driving along without a destination. One had escaped from 7F without a second thought. The other made futile preparations without a destination. But right now, anywhere is fine with me, but I want to go somewhere. What? At least for me, I wanted a path to follow. I was fine with anything, as long as it was a path. Hey, how about that Awaji island we were talking about? We can get there with the money we have. Really? Anywhere would have been fine, as long as it wasn't 7F or home, as long as we could get there. But we couldn't just wander around aimlessly. I wanted to head towards a destination, no matter what that destination was. What about you? Want to try going there?
別に。
Not really. With that, she turned back to the window in her usual silent fashion. The same eyes, the same as ever, looking somewhere into the distance. Just what could she be looking at? Just what was she hoping for when she came with me? That's it? It's over already? Okay, chapter 5.
地図を見るのは好きだった。
And you know what I'm gonna say? Another time. So, yeah. Even though I could get the clock there. Damn, 23 minutes? Usually these things are like 30. Well, that's surprising. Well, as you can see the time, I have another 1 or 2 hours to edit this video and upload it, so I'm gonna end it here. So be on the lookout for part 5 whenever I can get it up. So yeah, thanks for watching.